everyone and welcome to Try and Record channel. Now, I'm going to go through my Gladiator Beast deck. Do not expect anything super competitive or can go against Metal. Gladiator Beast cannot do that anymore. They're once the best deck in the entire world at their peak. They're far from their peak now. The game has evolved, the game has changed. Pendulums are broken. They come back after killing them, so Gladiator Beast cannot manage or keep up with them. So do not expect much from a competitive point of view. Now, I understand and expect everyone should already know what Gladiator Beast card monsters effects do. If it's anything unique, I will explain, but I'm not going to explain every card. These cards are literally out for like 8 years, so you should know what they do. First up, you have 3 Gladiator Beast Lakori. Beast stick of your deck, you have to play 3. 2 Gladiator Beast Darius, you don't want to play 3 against Cloggy. 2 Gladiator Beast Ekes as back card, very good. 2 Gladiator Beast Bestie are the best card in your deck, that's why it's called Bestie. It's very good. And Gladiator Beast Secutor. Now, Secutor on a whole, I'm going to take an explanation how it works. First of all, how Secutor works is you can't summon it, attack, and it will get effect. You have to attack with your Gladiator Beast. Effect goes through, summon Secutor, he does nothing. The next battle that he lives, he will summon 2 Gladiator Beast monster from your deck. Now, if you already control 4 Gladiator Beast monsters, the effect is mandatory, it will trigger off. You will summon 1 more monster and 1 will go from your deck for the grave. Now, that is how it works if you have 4 monsters. If you have 5 already, you cannot activate the effect to summon 1 more monster because you have the field full already. You can send them to from the deck to the grave either. That's how it works. So just a little quick education on that. Next up for the monster section, the last 2 monsters. Fire Fist Bear. That's it. He's actually a very good monster. It works with Tenki. I play 3 Tenki for consistency. He's a very consistent monster. It gives you a search, it destroys, it puts in a lot of work, and it's a very good card indeed. Next up for spells, 3 Gladiator Proving Ground. Add any Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand. Now also, I'm not playing Gladiator Beast Mermillo, as you can clearly see, or Retiari, because they're not what they used to be anymore, because pendulum monsters don't even go to the grave. Retiari is useless, and Mermillo, just by drawing it, you put yourself in a bad position. Destroying a monster, it's not worth it anymore. You have 3 guys or 3 bestiary legal now, so you don't even need to do that. Next up for the spell section, 3-5 formation Tenki, as your Bear, as your Lakori, as your Darius. You can't miss, it's very good. Okay, it's absolutely needed. You're playing 12 monsters, so you need to play a lot of searching so you don't run low on monsters. And you'll be surprised that you'll draw even 5 monsters opening hand. It happens. Next up, 2 Tensu to help you with those brick hands. It summons any beast warrior for free, and you'll get another normal summon, and it boosts them by 100. So your 1800 Lakori is 1900 for no reason. Also, it helps you to combo off. By example, Tensu summon Lakori, then you can normal summon Bestiari, contact into Geysers, just like that. Boom, quick and easy. So it gives you access to a lot of things and makes the deck more versatile and easier to handle because you can brick easily, despite playing a very low monster count. So that's it for your non-generic cards. Now, I played 3 dress. I was playing 3 lands, but not working for the lands because it's just not working. This gives me more protection when I attack, a lot more. And because my monster, when example, the Secutor, which is the most important play in the deck, attacks, I need it to be under protection if it's an empty field, because it's most likely going to attack on an empty field. It only has 400. I'll need this to protect it from being mirror forced, anything that targets, anything that would destroy it. and of course you play Waboku, so it won't be destroyed by battle either. So it's necessary to play the Forbidden Dress. It's working better than Lance, at least. Now, next up, 2 Night Beam. I was playing 2 Typhoon, of course, like everybody else. And I don't have Twin Twisters yet, so I'll have to work with these. When I get Twin Twisters, I'll definitely put them in over these. But Night Beam, they just can't activate anything, which is actually really good for me. Suppose they had like a compulsor or something that would set me back, or Phoenix Wing Blast. It just stops them from doing anything I don't like. And last up for the spell section, rank up magic, the 7th one. Now, of course, I don't play any draw card. That's the only reason why I can play this card. And you can't play Upstart. It's actually really stupid. I see people playing it thinking it will make their Gladiator Beast like meta or something. It's actually really bad because it's so hard to take off even 1,000 life in this day and age. Because for a Gladiator Beast to take off 1,000, they literally need a direct attack, because you can't attack a monster and do 1,000 damage. You need a direct attack. So it's actually really hard to take off that life you're giving them. So I'm just going to play the 7th one. It's really good, and it goes for a monster that stuns the whole field. It goes for 107 for me. They can't activate anything for the rest of the turn. Negates all cards on the field. I'm going to Geysers and try to do the most and make the most advantage I can make and try and make a big field. For your traps, 3 Gladiator Beast War Chariot. One of the best cards in the game for a trap card. It's a Divine Wrath, and the cost on it is just controlling a Gladiator Beast monster. So it's really good, and then it's recyclable because you can get it back to your hand. So it's really good. Except for the traps, 3 Trapshix Trap-Hole Nightmare. I was going to play 2, but every single deck right now special summons. There's not a single deck that does not special summon. And then to top it all off, it negates and destroys. I was going to play Phoenix Chain or Breakthrough Skill, most preferable Breakthrough Skill, but this is just worth it much better. Next up, 2 Mirror Force. Ordinary Mirror Force is the best one to play in Gladiator Beast. Air Mirror Force gives them back the monster. You are low on resources, much more difficult for you to handle. The Water Mirror Force requires you to control no monsters, which is not going to happen, and it's not enticing for a Gladiator's Beast deck to not control a monster. Then you have Blazing Mirror Force, which puts yourself in OTK range for majority of decks. So that's not good either. Next up is 2 Waboku. Waboku is Waboku. In Gladiator Beast deck, it's a very good card because it basically ensures your monsters get all their effects off. Also, you don't take any damage, so if you'd be OTK'd or something, you can activate Waboku and you will live even if you control no monsters. So it's always live and always good. Then 2 Horn of the Phantom Beast. I'm not really playing for speed in the deck because it's not really a fast-paced deck either, but Phantom Beast will give me a free draw for no reason. It kind of goes against the 7th one a little bit, but because the monster will go back instantly into my deck, it's not really a big deal. And last up, 2 Call of the Haunted. I was going to play Soul Charge and something else, but Call of the Haunted is way better right now for me, because Call of the Haunted, not only does it pull back any monster so I can contact, I can pull back Geysers, and Geysers will destroy 2 cards whenever it is special summoned. So I absolutely played for this. And the funniest thing is, things that will happen to let you Geysers is simple things like your opponent attack it off, you leave it in the grave, you have the Call of the Haunted set. They activate their 2 scales, chain Call of the Haunted, bring back Geysers, destroy the 2 scales, and they might not even be able to set them up again. So it's actually very useful to play. Now, next up is extra deck. I'm not playing a side deck to show you guys because you can play anything in a Gladiator Beast deck. Anything. There's no drawback. That's how the deck is so versatile. That's why it's so good. First up, you play 1 Gladiator Beast Heraclinus. He used to be the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! At one point. In the peak of his Yu-Gi-Oh! Career, he was the boss monster. No, he's just a monster. He has 3000 attack, 2800 defense. Discard a card to negate a spell or trap. It takes 3 monsters to go into, including one must be Laquari, but it's completely worth it. Under the right situations, of course, meaning your opponent don't have a monster to kill it. Now, Gladiator Beast Nerokius, very good card. It's an Armades with 2800 attack. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Gladiator Beast monsters that can't be destroyed by battle. I wish all of them were like that. And the last thing is, when he defuses, he goes into 2, not 3, but it takes 3 to summon him. That's the biggest drawback on him. It would have been a really good card if it only took 2 to summon him and he would go back for 2. Next up, 3 Geysers. Have to play 3, absolutely 100%. 1 for the Solemn Warning, 1 for the Solemn Strike, and 1 for the Bottomless. If you don't have any more, you probably can't win the duel, because Geysers is your key to success in the deck. He's the Gladiator that makes Gladiator Beast, Gladiator Beast. Last up, 2 Essidari. A lot of people play 1, I play 2 because there are many times I want to shuffle back the cards into my deck because I don't want them to stay on the field. Example, I have my only 2 Darius out. You know that you only play 2. Your Darius pull back a Darius. You don't want to exceed with them because there's possibly no way to get them back. Well, you have Ekes, of course, but it's hard to get them back. So you want to shuffle them back in and get out the Essidari. And this situation happens more than once in a long duel, which will most likely happen because you're playing Gladiator Beast and you cannot OTK. It's a control based deck, so you have to play like that. You have to play 2. And that's it for your Gladiator Beasts, which are fusions without polymerization necessary. Next up, Tiger King. Tiger King is just Tiger King. He's very good actually. Tiger King has another effect where if it's destroyed, you can summon 2 Beast Warrior monster. Now this might be overlooked, but it's actually really good if it gets destroyed and you get that effect off, because you can go for 2 Darius, 2 Laquari, or 2 Bear. Now with it, if you go for 2 Darius, you can shuffle them back in, as I said, and go for Essidari. So it's just a 2/5 beat stick you get just by the monster dying. If it's 2 Laquari, you can always summon a next Gladiator Beast and go into your Heraclinus. Or if you find a Bestiary, you can go into Geysers. So that's good. And Bear is just a very good card. So Tiger King is actually very good for the deck, very useful, very helpful. Lightning Shidori. Now for Lightning Shidori, you of course play very few wind, but that's enough because all your monsters can search for anything you want. So if you need wind, you can always search for wind with any different Gladiator Beast you draw. And the thing with Shidori, what makes it so good, if they have a set card that you know it cannot activate, after you clean up with the Geysers play and go for 2, you can always just get rid of 2 more cards, so it puts you at a +4 advantage basically. And also, a quick note, if people don't know the rulings on this, if you, example, I say Darius, pull back Ekes, and I already have Bestiary on field, if I exceed someone with these 2, the Darius no longer targets Bestiary, so it will have its effect. Also, if I did it the other way around, example, if I use the Darius and the Bestiary, go for say Castle, the monster will stay. So that's the ruling on it. The monster will stay because Darius is no longer negating it, and it's still considered to be on the field at the time. It's considered to be on the field. So it wasn't removed from the field, to be specific. So the monster won't be shuffled in the deck, and Darius is not face up on the field, so your monster effect won't be negated. Next card is Castel, obviously. Adam Korn, very good player. Utopia. Utopia is just Utopia. There's absolutely no other reason why I'm playing it. Just negates an attack for free on 2500. Diamond Dial, very good card in the deck because you can pop almost any of your monsters and destroy a card. And then last up for the rank up magic, 107. This doesn't matter because it will overlay over it at all times. There's no other way for you to do it. So, and this, you just attach one, and your opponent cannot activate any cards for the rest of the turn, and all cards on the field are negated. Now this is actually broken because you're going to Geyser them, destroy 2 cards, and try and make the most of the situation and just exploit the fact that there's nothing happening for them right now. So thanks for watching. There's no side deck because you can play anything you want, so I've already explained that. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you like the video, tell me what you'd like to see in the deck, tell me what you think is your option to play in the deck right now, and I'm out.